What you doing?
What's up, everybody? My name is Elliott, and welcome back to the only Midwestern-based automotive YouTube channel hosted by a notary public. As you can see behind me, I'm back with the Car Trek Maserati, and that's because today is the day that I finally fix and hopefully install the headliner on this car. Let me go get it real quick. Ah, yes, the last of the major interior pieces here. And as you can see, this should not bend. It should be one solid piece, but unfortunately it got broken in shipping. But no worries, today I have a fix for it. At least I hope I do. So let's get right to it. All right, a little closer to the headliner now. As you can see on this side, leather, pretty good looking, a little dirty, got a tire mark here, and it's just kind of gross from being out of the car for who knows how long and whatever happened to it during shipping. But as we flip it over here, you'll see, whoa, the problem area. Oh, I guess it's on this side now. Now you can see. Here is our issue. Single piece of fiberglass over here has just broken. But the good news is it's just one clean break. So my thought is I can use some sort of adhesive to just kind of go along this crack, line it back up, and hold it in place, because it's going to be holding tension on itself just like that. So it doesn't have to be pretty, and the good news is this is on the back side of the leather anyway, so it doesn't have to be gorgeous, it just needs to not be Flopsville. So let me show you what I'm going to try first. So instead of fiberglass bonding or anything traditional like that, I'm going right outside the box from the get-go. I'm going to try this. This is called Bondic, and the idea here is that you've got this little applicator pen and a little UV light, and you're supposed to apply it along a crack or something broken like this, and then shine the UV light on it, and it instantly cures. According to the package, in so many words, it says it will bond damn near anything, so I figured, why not a Maserati headliner? My only issue is I hope it has enough in the little applicator pen there, but I guess we'll see. Let me pop this open and start the application process. What could go wrong? Okay, so it says liquid to plastic in 4 seconds. Works on metal, wood, ceramics, glass, plastics, and more. I would have to assume more would mean fiberglass Maserati headliners. The website, notaglue.com. That's funny. I don't have a glue what I'm doing. It says remove the cap, squeeze the tube to apply, and shine UV light to cure. It really is that easy. I'm going to apply it pretty liberally. This is a heavy thing. Oh yeah, that looks good. I don't know how much this UV light is going to penetrate here, but it's supposed to cure in seconds. So I guess I will just go along with the light here. I think this is supposed to be a bond for the outside of things, not to bond a big thing together, but you know, just for good measure, I'm gonna hit this seam with just more, because I'm out. I had exactly one Maserati headliner worth of Bondic. That is great. I'll take some from over here. It's like a paintbrush. I don't know how long you're supposed to hold the light over it. And also this seems like the weakest UV light possibly ever. But man, if this works, this is gonna be the new go-to headliner repair in the automotive industry. I'll be a trendsetter. All right, here comes the real test. I'm gonna release pressure. I think it's holding. I think it's working. It seems, I got a little movement here. I just don't think this light is enough to penetrate the deeper portions of this. Oh no. Ah. Well, it's not over yet. Let me try this again, but with a possibly more powerful UV light. Okay, so that didn't work, but I've got a second tube of Bondic. And I personally think the issue was that this little light here wasn't getting in the crack deep enough to penetrate and make the Bondic cure. But no worry, that's not gonna be a problem this time, because now I've got a 50-watt concentrated UV light. So hopefully I'm gonna apply the next tube of Bondic to this thing and hold this powerful bad boy over there, and this thing should just cure the crap out of it. Let's give it a whirl. All right, now let's bring on the big rays. Good. Should do it. Oh yeah, that is way better than the little pen light. Overkill? Possibly. I'm not sure what wattage the little pen light is, but it's not 50. This should definitely be a one-way street to Curesville. Okay, well, I gave it a lot of time with a lot more powerful light, and I think it's working pretty well. It's holding itself up, but I'm not gonna put any additional pressure on it. I'm actually gonna let it sit overnight, and then I'll come back here tomorrow and check on its progress. I think it's working. Goodness sakes, we gave it enough overkill UV light. It should be fused together permanently, but we will see tomorrow, which is a few hours for me and a few seconds for you. I'll see you with a new pair of clothes in just a second. And all right, with a little bit of YouTube magic, it is now the next day. When I said I'd see you in a new pair of clothes tomorrow, I meant that you'll see me in a new pair of clothes. I hope you haven't needed to change clothes. It's only been a few minutes, so try not to soil yourself. Anyway, let's take a look and see how this glue turned out. All right, taking a look at the glue here, it is very solid to the touch. And if we pick this up, it's not drooping. Here's the real test. I'm picking it up by this end. Seems to be pretty solid. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna test it. The real test is when we go to put it in place and I go to bang that part on. Hopefully that doesn't just crack entirely. Other than gluing the little pieces that came off of the headliner, the only other thing I needed to do to prep the headliner for installation into the car was make sure I had all of these plastic retaining clips. And unfortunately, we were down 2 of them. And believe it or not, O'Reilly's does not stock Maserati headliner retaining clips, but they do stock Toyota fender liner retainers, and it turns out those work just as well. So you can see here, these are the factory Maserati clips, and these are the Toyota fender liner clips, and they look like they're gonna do just fine. But yeah, I think that this looks pretty good. I feel comfortable installing it, or at least attempting to install it, and hopefully it goes in just as smoothly as it came out. However it came out. I actually don't think it came out very smoothly. So hopefully it goes in smoother than it came out. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, the rest of the trim that was in the way is out of the way. Let's take a look at how the car looks before we put the headliner in. One positive thing is a lot of this stuff was already out, but you can see all of this had to come undone because it just goes up in here and underneath all of this C-pillar stuff. We're having to fab up a custom bracket because one of the brackets that was on the headliner that attaches it to the B-pillar is just missing. So my uncle's over there cutting out some metal, drilling some holes, and then that'll be that. But other than that, the interior's ready, the headliner should be ready. It's time to install this thing.
What you doing?
Headliner work. Not quite.
Everything is lined up. The screw
Is not long enough?
insufficient.
This doesn't sound like headliner work.
Okay guys, that's been a lot of work, but we're on the final step, which is plugging in the dome light, something I've never experienced in this car. Thank goodness I left my connector here. Plug it in, fish the wire up in there, and then, oh, guys, we have a complete interior. It feels so weird. It's feeling like a luxury car again. Race car outside, nice car inside. Oh, I can't wait to drive this thing. It's gonna feel so insulated. All right, well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That was a massive, massive pain in the ass. The biggest thing we had to do was glue the headliner back together, and almost immediately after getting the headliner in there, the piece I glued broke right off. Didn't even matter. But on the bright side, it had a little retaining clip, and the way the weight of the headliner worked, it was just held in place, and you'd never know that it's broken in there. I know it's broken, and now everybody watching this knows it's broken, but no longer will people look at this car and say, ooh, cool, I wonder what the interior looks like, and then be disappointed with the interior. Now, it actually looks, at least at first glance, like a Maserati interior should. And that's exactly what I wanted. Bonus points, it will feel insulated, and my wife might actually want to ride in this car now. So overall, a huge, huge win. But just look at the difference. It looked so crappy before. I mean, that's not really a great descriptive word, but it did. It looked crappy. And now it looks similar to how it should have back in the early 2000s. This is a nice, luxurious Italian interior with leather on every possible touch surface. And now it actually looks like it should. After a little bit of cleaning, man, look around, look all you want. This thing is show and shine ready. But more importantly, it's ready to drive. This thing is just one clutch away from being the perfect weekend car. Thank you guys for watching me glue and struggle with a headliner. If you liked what you saw here, be sure to follow me on Instagram, where you would have seen me post about this today. Join me on Facebook and join my Facebook group. I'm in there interacting a lot. Other than that, please like, share, subscribe on this video, and I will see you guys on the next video. You guys have ever wondered who shoots those beautiful rolling driving shots on Hoovie's Garage channel? Well, if you look just back there, you'll see a Countach, which means this Prius has a GoPro on the back of it, which means we're shooting one right now. So, in case you never knew, sometimes it's me. Most of the time it's his wife, but sometimes it's me. Today it's me. See, I told you guys I didn't have a glue what I was doing.